So guys, we were scrolling the marketplace, just innocently, scrolling marketplace. May have come across a 454. So we just went down here on a Friday night, bought this 454. I kind of looked at the numbers real quick on the phone, and it's supposed to be like a mid-80s model 454 oval port. So we're gonna get it out of the truck, do some measuring, see if it'll fit in the BMW. Probably gonna make it fit either way. I mean, we got the cutting tools here. So we're gonna get it out, check some numbers on the motor, and do some measuring. You think this whole thing will let down slow?
Probably not.
I fill it full of gear oil, so it won't leak down. And it's got some weight to it. So here's your tip. I see guys lift these up and then try to match them up to the engine stand. Take this out of the engine stand and get it matched up there. That's all you gotta do. That's way easier. So come right here, I'll show you something. This is, if I'd known this, I'd pay double for this motor. Look at that. That's all you need to know, high perf right there, high perf. Well, we found the correct length bolts for this thing, and we're gonna get this thing bolted up. I believe that bolt was crooked. So let's see how wide it is. We stuck some exhaust manifolds that thankfully came with it. It's almost 26 inches wide at the exhaust manifolds, and it is 32 inches wide at this. I'm sure there's probably like a shorter water pump and crank pulley. I'm not super familiar with these. Let's look at the BMW. I mean, I know you guys want to see this hood launch anyway. Bam! All right. So, that motor's 32 inches long. This is a step we did not do when we started the startup project. We just didn't check this at all. Lousy day. 30. Look where it's going to end up at the front. It's past the radiator. Wow, we're going to probably have to do some firewall work then. I think we got the width though. So it's 26 inches wide, which is right there. So the width, the only thing that's going to probably be a problem is, the brake master cylinder is going to be right in the way. So the length is an issue. I didn't expect that. I thought with the inline 6 that it would be easier, but why would you measure this stuff before you bought the motor? I pulled the exhaust manifolds and valve covers back off, popped the distributor out of it, and we're going to try to get the intake and heads and stuff off this thing and see what's wrong with this motor. The guy said that it got hot and that it started rattling and that they put a new set of lifters in it, and then he ended up putting a 350 in it. Mistake. And maybe we can get this intake off here. There we go. And see, I think this is probably a peanut port motor. I don't know the history on big blocks much, but on big block Chevys and stuff. But I know they made like a peanut port, an oval port, and a rectangle port. This is supposed to be an 89 model motor, like I said, so golly. Okay, got the little baby ports. And it's a flat tappet cam motor, it looks like. Let's get this thing. The thing's so darn heavy, I have to set the phone down just to pick the intake up. But yeah, I guess that's peanut ports there, I guess. I don't know. Look how bad the casting is on this. Look how much lower that port is on the right than the one on the left. I don't know, maybe they're meant to do that. It just looks weird. But all right, so we got some terribly low, terribly small ports for a big block. I'm gonna hopefully try to find a set of rectangle port aluminum heads for it, because Man, cast iron heads are super heavy. Got a leaf in there. I guess they left the leaf in it. I don't know what's causing this thing to rattle, he said. No, all the rods, I wiggled the rods from the bottom. None of them felt loose, so we'll keep tearing into it. I don't know, take all these rocker arms off. Got all the nuts broke loose. Now we gotta take all the rocker arms off. Pull all the push rods out. You always want to be real careful with all these parts when you're taking them apart. Make sure you don't lose anything. That'd be terrible. Man, it's got some long push rods. I'm not used to this big block life. It's been a while. Been working on LS motors too long and stuff. V6s. I'm not used to all this stuff. Everything's just bigger and bulkier than what I've been used to working on lately. Oh, got all the water pump bolts loose. Looks like it's glued on as well. It's not wanting to come out. Man, this is one thing that's nice about the big block or the Chevrolet motors versus the Ford is that you don't have 117 water pump bolts that are 4 different lengths, you know. You just got the 4 bolts. There we go. Maybe we can get an aluminum water pump and lighten this thing up. I'm sure it's probably like $3 for one since it's a Chevrolet. Whoa, is that the Heartbeat of America Chevrolet? Look at that. I seen a Silverado the other day with one of those on the back glass. Pull some of these lifters out of here. They just put in up. Yeah, they look new. They don't look like they've been mushroomed or anything, but you know, they say you're not supposed to you know, swap out lifters on a cam. Like if you have a used hydraulic cam and a used set of lifters, you're supposed to put them back exactly the way they were. I don't know how, honestly don't know how big of a deal that is, but that's what they always say. You don't want to move around lifters or whatever, but I do not think I'll be using this cam or lifter. Got one lifter here that maybe mushroomed a little bit or chewed up. It won't pull all the way out of the board. And look how the lifter is, it's like the cam's too far back in the motor. So I don't know what's up with that. We'll have to see if the cam lock plate or whatever is messed up. I don't know. That lifter right there don't want to come out. All right, we're gonna start pulling the cylinder heads off this thing and see what's up. Got all the head bolts out. Got a lot of head bolts, but oh, I was wondering how stuck it was gonna be. It's not very stuck at all. I honestly don't know if I can pick this thing up off here. I herniated the disc in my back back in January, so I may have to get some help lifting this. All right, I can go ahead and take this oil pump off while I'm waiting. So these things only have 1 bolt in them. Crazy, huh? This thing has, I believe, definitely been rebuilt before. That pickup tube's welded on. I wouldn't think they'd do that from the factory. I see the rod caps are numbered, which usually means rebuild. Everything's pretty much been former gasket, so pretty sure this thing has been rebuilt before. I don't know what that was, but I don't know why he said it was rattling, because all these rods feel good. All right, I got my good little helper. We're gonna pull the cylinder head off this thing. Flip it over.
On over?
Oh, my hand's stuck.
You want on over?
Yeah. Something, look, it broke a valve and the piece knocked around inside the motor. Look, and this one's chewed up. But those valves look good. Oh, look at the piston top. Look, there's pieces of the
There's
valve.
stuff over here too.
So, here's the question. Looks like the valve broke, but I've seen this happen before where like it gets knocked back into the intake port and sucked into another cylinder. So we got metal in that one, metal in that one. So it just hammered the top of that. That's what, there's your noise right there. All right, let's see about this one. That thing's heavy, huh? All right, let me see. So let's see what the other side has. Oh, we got a piston beat up there. That one's beat up. Spin the motor around. That one, so those two cylinders there are beat up as well. Can't spin it? But look at the chunks down in there. Like pieces of, I guess that valve have went into like 4 different cylinders. That's crazy. So that's really a good thing in my mind, because that should mean that the crank's good, that the crankshaft's good, and I don't like using a motor that's spun a rod bearing. I have not had good luck for using them. So as long as our cylinder walls are still good, which that really bad one still looked good. As long as our cylinder walls are good, we may be golden, because this thing doesn't have a ridge at the top of the cylinder. I'll get my caliper out and we'll see if it's standard bore or if it's been bored over. All right, let's see what the bearings look like. Hopefully all our problems were with the top end. That would be good. So is that a standard bearing? I don't see. Oh yeah, the bearing looks pretty good. I don't see any brass showing, so that's good. Try not to nick up the crank here. The motor doesn't seem to have ridges like I was saying, so maybe we did all right on this one. Well, so far so good with this thing. I think the bottom end's gonna be all right. I hope. It looks like it. Just piston out. I haven't seen any cracked skirts on the pistons. My 460 that I did years and years, man, the bearings look really good. The 460 that I did years ago for the Maverick, it had cracks in the piston skirts, and I had to replace the pistons. But I probably will have to replace these pistons, you know, because they're beat up on top. But it looks like they don't look cracked or anything weird like I have had with the 460 before. And rod's out, and the crank spins really freely in the block. Like, it surprises me how smooth it runs. You can see the cam still turning down there. The only one that really had kind of an issue was the one that really took a beating from that broke valve. That pin is super stiff on the piston. It's not allowing the piston to move freely on the rod. So that was the only thing I really saw with that. So now I'm going to take the front balancer and timing cover off and pull the crank out of this thing and cam. Well, of course, I don't have my puller parts I need. So I'm going to pull the main caps just to see what they look like. And just to look at the mains while I'm waiting to get the stuff I need to pull the front crank snout off. And so far, so good. The mains look really good, actually. Well, we may have done pretty good on this one. Yeah. No brass showing. I don't feel any ridges in that. All the journals seem to be pretty smooth. We do have some pretty good scarring right here, so this thing may have to be bored, I'm guessing. That one's pretty scratchy. This one's scratchy too, but it's not as bad. I can get my fingernail on them. I don't know that those will hone out. So we'll have to see. We'll have to try to hone it and see what it does. Several hours later, I went to Harbor Freight and got me a $15 puller because I couldn't find all the pieces to mine. Got the front of this thing off there. There's 2 more bolts on one on each side hidden with a timing cover. And it's got quite a bit of slop in it. Timing chain. So anyway, finally, I'm going to take the timing chain off, pull the crank out. Everything looks good so far. I got the timing chain off, threaded a piece of 5/16 all thread in this thing. I'm trying to pull the cam out without beating the bearings out of it. Come on. Had to get both hands on it here. So I don't see anything chewed up on any of the lobes. They all look good. All right, last main cap. A little groove in that one, but no brass really showing. So, let's see if we can. Let me get this big heavy thing out of here. It feels really not bad. It may need polished a little bit. That one feels a little gritty. But it's standard rod, standard mains, standard bore. So I looked up on this one. The main bearings don't look too bad, which I'll replace them anyway. You know the rules. Don't look at your cam bearings ever. So we'll get this thing cleaned up and figure out what I'm going to do. Off the top of my head, I'd like to put dome top pistons in it since those flat tops are beat to heck anyway. I think rods are pretty cheap for this, so I might check into putting H-beam rods in it. I'd really like to put aluminum rectangle port heads on it and like probably a short single plane intake and like one of those 4500 series throttle bodies with a Holley Terminator. That would be great. Aluminum water pump would be nice. That's just off the top of my head, you know, that may not all play out, but so looks like we got a pretty good basis, you know, good crank and good block, good rods. So get a big cam for it and stuff and get it figured out what we're gonna do. I just thought I'd show you guys this motor we got tore down today and see what you thought about it. More to come.